We are now doing 1.3 of this question paper. We're still on question 1. It says here, solve for x if by completing the square. Here is the question here. So looking at this question, you see that the first thing you need to do, you need to divide by 2 throughout. You want to remove the coefficient on x squared. This would give you a 4 here. So then your answer would be then the next thing you need to understand then is that once your coefficient here is gone, you only have a coefficient of 1 on x squared, you would start completing your square. Then start completing the square. You see the denominator here is 2. So write 1 over 2 times minus 3 over 2, closing your bracket, all to the power 2, equals to what you did on the left, you must also do on the right. So you're going to introduce this new concept on the right hand side as well. Then you can solve that part, right? So your answer would then be first term and last term. First term and your last term. So you've got term number 1, term number 2, term number 3. Now you can be able to work with this. So what you would look at x minus 3 over 2, actually 3 over 4, because you've times this. 1 times negative 3, negative 3. 2 times 2 is 4. So 2 over 4, it's my bad. All squared equals to 4. Again, you're expanding this one here. So 4 plus, or 4, let's just keep a 4 there in mind. Just keep a 4. So this 4, we came down with it. And then say 1 times negative 3, it's negative 3. 2 times 2 is 4. So here you've got negative 3 squared, which gives you positive 9 over positive 4 squared, which gives you positive 16. Pardon me. Then you are in a situation where you have to solve this part. So solving this bit, I will tell you now, you are looking at finding, of course, the common multiple here, so which is 16. So you're going to multiply by 16 over 16. So 4 times 16 over 16, right? So 4 times 16 gives you 64. This is 64, and then 1 times 16 is 16. Now your denominators are the same. Then you can multiply. Then you can add your fractions. So going on with this, you would then have x minus 3 over 4 all squared is equal to 64. We can do that aside as well from here. 64 plus 9. So 64 plus 9, you're going to take a 6 from a 9 to make this a 70. Take a 6, carrying a 6 from here to 9, make this a 70. 9 minus 6 is 3, so your answer here is 73. This whole thing becomes 73. Just want to do it on the side. So that working, you can do it and then put it here. So your whole answer then will become 73 over 16, because you have the common denominator of 16 there. Then from this step onwards, you then understand the following, that x minus 3 over 4 is equal to, we want to remove the square root most now. We want to remove the square, so we put square root both sides. We want to put square root both sides, right? So this cancels this, hence we open the bracket to be like this. Then plus minus is the square root of 73 over 16. So in other words, your answer then becomes, final step for your answer, x is equal to 3 over 4, because this obviously will be there. 3 over 4 plus or minus root of 73 over 4. Root of 73 over 4. Let me just try to project that. There we go. So your final answer is x is equal to 3 over 4 plus minus root of 73. We didn't find the root of 73, but we did find the root of 16, which is 4. That's your final answer. So x is therefore 3 plus root of 73 all over 4, or 3 minus root of 73 all over 4. Then you can use your calculator to find out what's the value of this and the value of that. So you can work this on a calculator, which would then mean that x equals to 2.89 or x equals to negative 1.39. That's your answer here. That's your answer here after having solved it here.